This is the NFL on EA Sports, and we join you from South Philly, close to 70,000 strong, packing Lincoln Financial Field, the home of the Eagles. Here's the veteran Greg Zuerlein as we are ready to start. And we're underway here in South Philly. Here comes a return from the goal line. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. First and 10. On play action, Hurts. He's going to test this secondary right away. And he is out of bounds, but not until he's inside the 40-yard line. A big play right out of the gate on the first play. 36 yards. Unbalanced look here to the right side on first and 10. Throwing is Hurts. Crushed, it's incomplete. He did get the pass off, but he got drilled before he let it go.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
We'll try again. It's second and 10. Hurts will work here from the pistol. That is brought in at the 10. And he is going to be out of bounds. You only get a 1-yard buffer from the line of scrimmage for these old linemen. That time he strayed a little too far, and it draws the flag. Play action. Here's Hurts. And they're going to get to him and take him. Taken back to the other side of midfield.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
Taking a shot downfield for Smith. And will move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line.
Well, they've come out swinging here on this opening drive through the air, and that's exactly what they wanted to do. Generate some early chunk plays and try to get some points.
First carry for Saquon Barkley. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. Here's second and 6. Now a handoff. Oh, a wrinkle. Here comes a reverse. And the Eagles are going to have a first and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Operating from the gun, here's her. Oh, that swung out wide and intercepted. Picked off by Tony Allen. Past the 40. Still going. And he's going to bring this one back the distance. Touchdown, Jets. changes the story quickly. Looked like a very nice opening drive to start. Instead, Greg, it goes back the other way, and the defense scores first.
And, Mike, early on, that's exactly how they drew it up. They wanted to come out and establish themselves with this first drive of the game, and then all of a sudden, disaster strikes. Not only do they turn the ball over, the defense is able to take it all the way back for the pick six.
And it's Gainwell going to bring it out of the end zone. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. Taking a shot downfield for Smith. And that ball out of reach toward the sideline. It'll be an incompletion. Devontae Smith, the intended receiver. It's 2nd down. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. A throw left side, going to be intercepted. Picked off by Quick.
So this is where an offensive play caller needs to come to the rescue of his quarterback, because this defense, they're onto you. They've got 2 picks. They're starting to pick up on your tendencies. They're shifting guys over to counter them. Now you've got to add some wrinkles. Now you've got to throw in the curveball and try to shift back some of that advantage to your side of the ball.
He was looking for Garrett Wilson there, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Here we go. They put Wilson in motion. Taylor looking to throw. He's going to dial up another deep ball. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Now the Jets going to use the first of their timeouts. Two incompletions to start the drive, and it leads to 3rd down and 10. He's going to look downfield once again. He's in. Garrett Wilson. Touchdown, New York.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. 2 guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
Zerline's kick, up and good. And the Jets move out on top, 14-0. So after the touchdown at the other end, Zerline is out to kick this one off. On the return, it's Kenneth Gainwell. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line.
We have to let our opponents know, once again, read our profile. We do not try in these games undefeated in tournaments.
Set to go now on first.
Play with backups.
Now Hurts taking a shot downfield for Smith.
I just happened to go accidentally to a cover 2 invert on that play. He does what I do sometimes. He goes with freebies, right? I call them freebie plays. 4 verticals. I won't ever throw a seam pass though. He didn't. I'm just saying that. No seam passes, rarely corner routes, no PA crossers, no tight end attack, no tosses or stretches. Don't run the ball. No scheme ever in 22, 23 years playing online, not even in tournaments. Never quit a game in 22, 23 years playing online. I will not match up 80, 90% of the time. That's on my opponent. If they lose, it's because they didn't read my defense. I don't read their defense once all game. Not by my standards. It's not enough to just read the shell for the defense. He finally checks it down. But he did have a guy open on that play. Oh, he's got my offense. Look at that. Oh no, that's not mine. I thought it was PA boot. No. I have another play similar to that, but it's not under center. I give my opponents every advantage. He's doing, like I said, he's doing himself a disservice by rolling out. If you want that wheel route, you don't need to roll around. You don't need to roll to that side to get that wheel route. What did I say, guys? Prideful. Playing like me, not running the ball. Going quick on offense. I go quick on both sides, right? But I spent half the day yesterday finally putting 15 plays on for every situation. Because if you don't custom playbook, you will not get your plays.
Field goal unit on the sideline. They'll line up to go for it on fourth down. Now a deep ball.
Got my safety at corner because I don't have Sauce Gardner. He's trash. I guess he's trash at outside corner. Once again, we also tell our opponents we don't quit, so they don't. I mean, I could go back to years ago how I would just kick a field goal when I get in field goal range on first down. You know, so players don't quit. I got 3 straight quits. They didn't know what fucking route he had. Holy shit, that route tricked me. Like I said, I normally don't know what all my routes are. I could have a play where a running back looks like he's going on a wheel route and he's just going on a flat that looks like it's going vertical, and I could get picked off. And like I said, I'm not trying. I barely read the defense on that play. Another thing.
Receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
Ready. Taylor. Short pass taken in by the tight end. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable second down.
Here's a 2nd and 6. Let's go now. Here's Taylor. To the running back, Brees Hall. And he will score. Brees Hall. Touchdown, New York. Extra point try now for Zerline. The kick is good. And the Jets will stake themselves to a 21-0 lead. So after the touchdown at the other end, Zerline is out to kick this one off. On the return from the end zone, here's Britton Covey. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin first and 10. Here's Hurts. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
Mike, when you're completing less than 35% of your passes, you're just not going to win a lot of games in the NFL. He's just too erratic throughout the course of the game. Sometimes it's exactly how they practiced. And other times, it looks like they've never practiced at all.
On second down, Hurts. He's going to tuck it and go. And he is out of bounds, but not until he's inside the 40-yard line. Big-time play for Philly. 38 yards. From the 39, here's a first and 10. Throwing is Hurts. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. To throw is Hurts. Now he'll run it.
That's a smart play. Second down, don't force it if it's not there. He's able to tuck it, pick up some extra yards, and set up a more manageable third down.
On third down, it's Hurts. He'll try to run for it.
You've got to keep all your options on the table on third down, and that's exactly what this quarterback did. He's looking to throw it, nothing there. He pulls it down himself, and he's able to convert for the first down.
They'll come up here, first and 10. Here's Hurts. And that one is complete along the boundary. Good job of getting those feet in back.
This is why the timing of these routes is so critical. If that ball is thrown a little bit later, he's unable to keep his feet in bounds, but instead the quarterback is on time and accurate, and the receiver does a nice job not only securing the catch, but ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
Now Jalen Hurts on second down. And that's complete to A.J. Brown. And he'll be taken down. So the Eagles will use their first time out here. And they'll have a chance to talk things over after picking up that first down. Hurts next. That is caught. And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone.
These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times. And then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board? Because I...
And he will drive his way into the end zone. Jalen Hurts. Touchdown, Eagles.
Well, after being shut out in the first half, it has to feel good for this offense, Mike, to just get on the board, get something going. And now the question we have to ask is, they're enough time to come all the way back.
Yeah, just some belief, right, Greg? Just let's watch these guys on the next few drives. Did that give them a little belief that they can stay in this game? Best way to start with that score. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. This one skips the landing zone, goes all the way over the back line, so the ball will come out to the 30-yard line. Throwing, Taylor. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Darius Slay.
But there's usually such a comfort level when the guy playing quarterback behind center is a veteran. They've seen a lot of ball. You can trust them to make good decisions. And then every once in a while, one just gets away, and that's just simply a bad ball, a bad mistake. You're not going to get away with it at this level.
He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up second down.
Well, it's pretty clear the main reason why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the inefficiency of this offense and primarily out of the quarterback position. I mean, to complete less than half of your pass attempts, it just makes it.
And for the fourth time today, he has been intercepted. Picked off by Quincy Williams. Boy, some bulk in the formation on that right side. Here for first and 10. The throw is a hit, and he has lost the football. The Eagles have it. And he rumbles his way into the end zone. The fumble recovery.
Let's see, is he going to fuck up with his extra point? That's also how we judge our opponents, too. Is he going to fuck up on his extra point on purpose? Let's see. Let's see. I'm the one up. I'm the one who's been winning all game. Yep, fucking around with his extra point. And if he ties the game or has a lead, I bet you that Mike Simmel's going to be flashing again. I bet you any money. He wouldn't be able to be quiet. Well, some people would say, oh, but you've been talking all game long. Yes. But am I talking about am I talking about winning? Am I talking about, am I trash talking? No, I'm not. Who knows if he was user rushing me? He probably, maybe he did hear me and he heard the word user rush. And it's like, oh, I'm going to do that. Oh, I'm going to do that. Who knows? I don't know if he's user rushing or not. I got counters user rush. I got counters of FAD. I got counters to them pressing or playing back constantly. I got counters. One thing I love to do, like I said, I'll take my time at the line, and if they try to audible or adjust, I won't let them sit, and I'll beat them for a big player touchdown. That's what I'm talking about right there. Like to eat limes. It's hard to see a player play like that with the Eagles. It's really hard to see that. Oh yeah, once again, we have to mention we never told any opponent they ever suck or they're trash, right? Never did in any video game, any Madden game ever, any video game. I don't really understand it, but players will be quick. They can tell you that on your first pick. Yep. I told you he'd be having the Mike symbol back again. I told you guys. I bet you any money. Once again, did he do anything? He has not done one thing to pick me off. I said all game long, I'm not reading the defense. That play, I only did that to show you guys. I did that to show you guys. Okay, is he user rushing? Oh, look at what he's doing. He's playing smart, right? Running the ball. Please, by all means, play smart. Because like I said, I'm not matching up defensively all game long. I'm not going to know what your offensive personnel is or your defensive personnel is. What your defensive personnel is. If I happen to match up, it's by accident because you're picking the wrong play in the wrong situation. There you go. People think I'm trash talking them when we're like talking about like, hey, you know what I mean? Do this, do that. Telling them, hey, I don't match up defensively all game long. I don't understand. Players will message me and saying, oh, that's for talking all game long. Yeah, but what did I say all game? Did I say anything wrong all game? You know? I mean, guys, look at that. He could barely get that in double slants. He could barely complete a pass in double slants. Once again, is he trash? Does he suck? No, what do I say? There's players who are either less experienced or lazy. I'm not doing anything to stop the run. I have 23 years of experience. You think I wouldn't know how to stop the run? I guarantee you my career is probably twice as old as he is. I'm not doing anything. I'm not trying to cover a route or stop the run. Please go ahead, show my subscribers what type of player you are. You're the type of player to do anything to win. Please. Prove us right. Anything to win in meaningless games. Prove us right. Keep doing it. Same play. But lazy. Not doing anything else. Not going to a different run. Nothing. That right there is called a scheme, guys. That's why I don't do that. Would I love to run? Would I love to use schemes, guys? Yes, I would. Do you know how many hundreds of schemes I've had? Once again, doing himself a disservice right there. So instead of tying the game up, he probably ain't going to get nothing or a field goal. Is that on me? No. It's on him. Did I get that stop? No. Now, he could go to a seam or a corner. Thank you. Probably saying, oh, you're stupid for trying to run out of the end zone right there. Guys, I've heard people for 22, 23 years playing, you know. You really think I need to, like, unmute players? No. As soon as I see a player talking, you think they're going to go out of their way to say something positive? No. I won a game yesterday 16-14 against the 49ers. I said, I'm not the player to run up the score. I left 21 points on the board because I do not care. I'm fucking around in the red zone and the goal line. Fuck around all game long. I don't care. At the end of the day, wins aren't gonna help my channel or help me financially. I mean, do you really want me to read the defense at every level? See, that's called going through your reads. 90% or more of players don't do that. But what did I not do on the play? I didn't really read the defense at every level. Didn't read its defensive personnel. Didn't know if he had base, was in base, or nickel or dime. Didn't know, like, what do I say to you guys? I tell you guys, right? Tell you guys, try to get as much information from the defense as possible. You're not going to know what coverages they have. But based off how they look, are they trying to stop the run? Or are they trying to stop the pass? If you think they're trying to stop the run, what does that mean? Maybe go to a quick pass, maybe go to a screen, maybe go to a play action, maybe go to a shot play, maybe go to a good pass concept. If they're trying to stop the pass, you can still pass the ball, but do certain things like use play action, screens, There's one for you for you. We respect the hell out of players who don't quit because there's very few of them. But who knows? Yeah, I don't know he's not open, but I'm trying to throw him open. I see his outside shoulder, He's still talking, guys. Oh my God, he's still talking. No respect. I'm giving this game on a silver platter. I said it from the start of the game. Maybe I didn't, but I usually do that from the start of the game. It's on a silver platter. Maybe he does not know how to stay in the pocket. I don't know. Maybe he is trolling. I don't know. Yeah, I'm trolling. Oh yeah, I'm trolling. Yeah.
Plenty of time, plus 2 timeouts at their disposal. It's 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. That's complete.
I did that on purpose, guys, to see if he could actually add another read or be smart on the play.
From the shotgun, it's Hurts.
Beautiful. I was thinking about something last night, guys. I was thinking, you know what? I might start to put everybody in the QB spy on the D-line. I might go back to doing that to see if players can actually read the defense and go through the read. I really want to see it. I even offered $50 to anybody who could go through their reads and not use a seam or a corner or a post route. Nobody can do it. I mean, like, how many routes are cheap in the game? How many pass concepts are cheap? Levels, sail, you know what I mean? Levels concepts, sail concepts. Just in case. Do I care about winning games? Yeah, but I'm not going to do anything to win those games.
Here is 1st and goal.
Run the ball. It's wide open. Yep. Whoa. Like I said, guys, if this is a meaningful game, every single time, every single trip my opponent goes in the goal line, I am playing underneath every single time. I am forcing them to go somewhere else. Run the ball, please. My blood pressure back in the day used to be through the roof because I'd be in a lot of close games for playing like shit. Oh, there you go. Guys, I'm not doing anything. Like I said, I'm not doing anything. Oh, well, you're facing a lower experienced player, probably. Blah, blah, blah. No excuses. I'm playing with backups and not trying. You try to do that. Literally stayed in the same defense all game long. For some reason, people think that's a form of trash talk. Oh, I stayed in the defense all game long. Does that mean they're trash? Does that mean they're stupid? I don't know. Watch, he's gonna talk. He celebrated. I don't celebrate ever. Don't ever celebrate. What did I say? Don't go to plays or routes you never go to. Don't use adjustments you never use. Don't use plays you never use. Don't go to routes you never do. What do I do there? I'm fucking around. Like I said, I'll fuck around all game long. Anybody and their mother can beat me. Anybody and their grandmother can beat me. Not trying in these games. And this is why I said just in case. For this right here. I was going to say, he probably is a bitch. I will say two things. He's probably a bitch, or there's two things I will ever say to my opponent. I don't discriminate. You could be a woman, you could be a kid, you could be an old man, old woman. I don't care who you are. I will not discriminate. Do not discriminate on color, race, age, orientation, sexual orientation. I don't care. You're either a bitch or you're lazy. And I said, just in case. He goes for it, doesn't get it, I win. He goes for it and gets it, I got 20 seconds and one timeout. He doesn't go for it, ties it, I got 20 seconds and one timeout. Well, let me roll around. You know, of course he's playing quarters to this. Oh, shit. I thought I had no. Okay. I hate that it's even going overtime, guys. I really do. What the hell? Oh, I forgot he's a fucking elite superstar. Woo! He will have the win of the century if he wins somehow. He will be so hyped. But he would have been playing a player who did not try one sole game long. Not one play. On offense or defense. Players say I'm a bad winner and a sore loser. I wonder why. Players don't have respect for the game. I'm telling you, most of these Madden players aren't even football fans. I guarantee it. I've seen it. I can see from their avatars, right? I didn't even see what his profile looks like. But it's usually NBA 2K, it's usually Fortnite, Roblox. Oh, you got something against Fortnite? Oh, you got something against Roblox? Seriously. Don't do it, man. Please, I'm not blitzing you. I haven't blitzed you all game long. I don't blitz players. Very rarely. Anything, guys. Anything. All I'm saying is he better not lose this game. That's all I'm saying. He probably said, "Oh, I'm not. Oh, how did, I bet you he didn't feel that way earlier." Look at that mic symbol. They'll know what he's saying. They'll need to know. So watch this. But he's not at safety all game long. He ain't on the field all game long. He's on the field maybe, I don't know how much, getting maybe 10 to 20 snaps a game. Well, like I said, this is an A through Z series. I'm not a Jets fan. I'm a diehard Eagles fan. Am I hard on myself? You're damn right I'd be hard on myself if I let a player like this win.
You're relying heavily on the yards after the catch. So give credit to the defense here. Once the ball carrier had the ball, multiple guys around him.
There's no way in hell this guy is a football fan. There you go. He's probably going to quit now. Should I do it, guys? The fake to the stretch. You won't get a real stretch. I'd probably win the game with one right now. Never throw it to that guy. What did I say? Do not use plays you never use. Do not use adjustments you never use. Do not throw the routes you never use. Once again, I'm pissed off. Fucking around, leaving like 4 touchdowns on the field. Better not be in quarters. If I have the time, you better not be in quarters. Once again, guys, is he doing anything to pick me off? No. Who am I facing out here? Oh, I user picked that. I wonder how. I wonder why. I didn't need to do that. I'm fucking around. Please, for the love of God, play smart. Stay in the pocket. At this point, I will pay you if you stay in the fucking pocket. Why do players run the ball? Because they know low risk, high reward. They might break one for a touchdown. But this guy doesn't know that, apparently. Don't you want to shut me up? Run the ball. And I'm not even worried about his pass offense. I just don't care about stopping the run. I'm leaving it open on purpose. I'm not even pinching the line. I'm not even doing anything.
So there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection. And maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least...
Like one of us are fucking around. Usually it takes me 3 games to play in a row for me to be bored and fuck around. If he thinks I'm trash talking him, if he thinks I'm dissing him, that's on him. Oh well. Yep. Look at that. Fucking around. Man wants me to take a field goal. The game's not going to ever end in a tie. I'm not that stupid. Thank you, brother. Happy Halloween. I actually have a video of where I was at a Halloween party 2 weeks ago, early Halloween party. Yeah, I did not try all game in this game. Somehow letting this guy stay in it all game. Oh, I did not know that. Oh. I never let it go to 2 overtimes. I did not know it would still be my ball. I ain't going for a field goal in these games. It's fucking ridiculous. Yeah. Yeah, it's ridiculous, bro, because, you know, I'm fucking around in every game I fucking play. Win or lose, I'm pissed off in all these games. I haven't seen you in a minute.
First and 10 now from the 36. A shotgun snap now to Hurts.
This guy's literally just been running the ball and going to the flats. If you haven't been here, I'm not worried about his pass offense. I was fucking around trying to extend plays and just trying to do shit for the video. Not really even trying to win the game, just trying to do shit for the video. Wow. Come on, you got the balls? Oh, come on, you picked me off every time. Well, let's go. I mean, this guy is so limited. But do I ever say players suck, bro? No. Players so limited. I'm literally... I could imagine what this guy's saying. I mean, he probably thinks he could really hang with me. I could have taken a field goal the last 3 chances I had the ball. Well, you know how Madden players are. They don't punt the ball in that situation. They're prideful. I mean, come on, bro. You think I'm gonna take a touchdown from that play? I bet you any money he would. Oh, you're gonna regret that. Ooh. What do players say? But watch the off chance he probably would say like, oh, good game, respect. But if I do get my ass beat somehow, he comes back and wins like 35-21. You know. It's like, ha, that was for talking all game long. Ha. Eat that L. You know, GG. You know, no respect, these guys. These guys have no respect. No respect. You should have seen. You should go back. Like, oh my God, I was winning this game 21-0. I was fucking around with him. He ties the game up. From there, I was like, I stayed in the same. I only probably picked two different defensive plays all game long. 2 to 4 different plays. I stayed in nickel. I stayed. Who knows what I stayed in? But man, it usually takes me 3-4 games to feel like this. I was not in the mood to look for my plays. I was not in the mood to like stay patiently on the play call screen and nothing. Yeah. Oh no, I expect that. I expect that to happen. I was so fucking bored. I don't know why. I was up 14-0 and I was bored. So let's see. I was charging my other controller. I have to use a dock to charge my one controller because the part where you insert the controller, that part broke off months ago. I'm not willing to pay $60-$70 for another controller. And I didn't even know about that. I didn't even know. I just saw that by accident. I saw that obviously, charging docks can charge your controllers, but I didn't think about it. I thought like, oh shit, I got to spend $60 for a controller because the part where you insert the charger into, like the wired charger or whatever, the part inside the controller is broken and it's all the way like dented inside the controller. So I was able to get another almost a year out of my controller. Other than that, it's just the analog sticks and the part that you push in, that big rectangular area that you push in, it just sticks sometimes. So that was the third game with the Jets. So I'll be playing with the Lions right now. I've done basically almost every depth chart. Some teams are good enough to play with backups. Like the Lions are one of those teams. Like I said, playing with backups has allowed me to really um, I always liked the idea of playing with other teams other than my favorite team. Back in the day, like 15 years ago, I would only play with the Eagles. And I wanted to play with other teams, but it was like, I would love to play with the Saints and Drew Brees, the Packers and Aaron Rodgers, back in the day. A lot of these teams with, these quarterbacks, really it was because of quarterbacks. But at the end of the day, I could never play with these starting quarterbacks because it's just like, it's I can't imagine. It's too easy. I can't imagine what it feels like to like use Lamar Jackson and run around and you know doing that and then using a Tom Brady, using a Patrick Mahomes like a Tom Brady in the past or a Patrick Mahomes now, or these quarterbacks that have that those elite what do they call them? Those superstar abilities where they can like get the ball out really quick and they're super accurate, can throw across their body, all this shit, you know. Or they can read defenses because some of these games I'm playing and I completely forget that these quarterbacks, if they get into their zones, they can read what your defenses are in. So there's sometimes I'm looking at my defensive play art and I'm like, why are my like why is my defense showing like half of like my play art and then it'll show like a quarter of my play art and they're like, oh shit, they're using an elite quarterback. They're probably in the zone. They're able to read like, they're able to do stuff like read who your user is, read your defensive play art, stuff like that. So they have an advantage on top of already being elite with their throwing attributes. They have that in there too. So I would love to play with Jalen Hurts. Fucking love it. When I first started playing with backups, I would never play with. I tried playing with backup offensive linemen, but most teams' backups on offensive lines are like this in the 60s. Very rarely do teams have even like low to mid 70 offensive linemen. So I was like, you know what? I can't play like that. I at least need whatever offensive line they have. The Lions just happen to have, just like the Eagles, a really good, I would say better than the Eagles this year in 2025. Maybe not last year, but this year. Zadarius Smith. I really wish he didn't retire. So, yeah, tell me. Obviously, I know you're probably a football fan. So tell me, like, what's your favorite team, and how long you've been watching football, or you've been a fan of football. If you ever played football at any level too. Wow. Yeah, when it comes to certain positions, I really don't need starters either. Because, like I said, defensively, you can do certain things. You can use certain fronts, you can use certain alignments, you can use certain zones. And to be honest, when I played with backups too, I guess there's like 5 reasons why I play with backups. I can't think of them off the top of my head right now. I could probably like later today or one day like think about what made me start playing with backups. But one reason is because a lot of teams, most teams are just overpowered. You want to play with a quarterback like Aaron Rodgers on the Packers, but they were loaded. You want to play with your Eagles, but they were always loaded. You want to play with certain teams, they're loaded everywhere. So it's like I don't want to win a game and people agree. People just judge me based off, oh, you had the Ravens, Chiefs, this and that. Let me read that comment. Let's see. Yeah. Obviously, like I said, I will play with starters in online tournaments and, games where I'm playing for money or whatever. But, so the one reason was just seeing that a lot of teams were overpowered. I thought because, I'm not saying like I'm a great player, but the entire defense, I'm like, this just isn't fair, you know. Um, so I did that, and it's like I like doing it because I also did it. I've said this before in the past, but it was kind of in a way to discipline myself, kind of like because if you can figure out how to win in crucial situations, how to play defense in crucial situations, how to move the ball against great defenses, elite defenses, and play with backups, then you're going to be even better playing with starters. So the reason why I thought that way was because I would play another game like pool, like that bar game that you play in real life, pool, 8 ball, 9 ball, whatever. And I, even though I'm a newbie when it comes to playing that, like I can make, normal shots, but not like trick shots or whatever like other players. And I would be playing online and coming across other players that would be like level 300, level 400, like, the top level players. And for some reason, I would find myself close in the game and have a chance to win. And I told myself, like, I don't really deserve this win. They messed up because they were either not trying, maybe they, didn't take me seriously because of our like difference in levels or whatever. And I'm like, I'm not gonna take this win. He messed up on he fucked up himself or whatever. I don't deserve this win because if he really played like for real or whatever, he probably would have won the game just on his turn or whatever. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna use this same like idea in whatever game I play. So if I don't deserve to win a game in Madden because my opponent's like playing a certain way, um, you know, I'm just like, you're not gonna take that win or whatever. I did that before in the past, or I had a I had a problem with players using spamming certain routes, certain plays like money plays, meta plays, plays that can be can beat any coverage. Obviously, offensively, you want to you want to call plays that have routes to beat both man and zone, like one side beat man, one side beat zone. So if you're wrong with with how you diagnose the defense, that you're gonna have a backup plan. So it's like, okay, if you know where to go to, if you know where to go with the ball, do you really need a starting quarterback? Like in certain situations, you do, but I just get a kick of playing with backups and really challenging myself. And so when I do play, I it's been a long time too. When I do play again in tournaments or whatever, I'm gonna have somewhat of an edge, you know. And I love like looking for gem players that have like, they call them like gems, players who have certain attributes, certain traits to them. Defensively, I try to make my defense or secondary opportunistic, meaning like being able to tackle. So your outside corners being able to tackle in the run game. Um, your your nickels being able to be good in run fits. Your D line being able to be stout enough. Basically every situation or every play, having the right guy in the right position, the right spot. So making my secondary, everybody be able to jump, catch, have some length to them, but be able to be great tacklers, good tacklers. So if I'm facing a player who has a way better team than I do, the times that I do get them with a coverage sack or they read the play wrong, they go through their reads wrong, they mess up, I can pick the ball off. I can take like advantage of that, you know. Or like I said, I can have corners that can just not miss tackles or whatever. So I prioritize certain traits when I'm putting backups in. And I really love that because if I played with starters, well, I wouldn't really have to do much, because most teams, when it comes to starters, uh, a lot of teams, their philosophies are just that, like have tall, lengthy corners, have them be able to catch, have them be great tacklers, hard hitters. A lot of backups um, have better tackling than starters in the secondary at corner. What's going on here? Why can I not change the weather? Oh, is it? Are they're a dome stadium? Yeah, that's right. Damn it. Oh yeah, I mean I play. I play. What am I thinking? I play in the Eagle Stadium anyway. There's certain things like weather, like overcast. I never really knew what that meant because I never looked it up. I assumed that overcast meant like a lot of cloud coverage, but I was right at the end of the day. But there's certain things I won't look up. And some people will say, well, how do you not know what something means? Well, if you go through your whole life not knowing what something means, you never look it up, you never intend to, you never, in anything, you know, you're going to go through your whole life not knowing. So I don't think there's really a problem with that. Yeah, I really don't know why I don't try in these games. And oh, that's the other reason I play with backups. So there's maybe like 7 reasons why I play with backups. Um, I also play with backups because I wanted to discipline myself and see if I would be willing to try, but it has the opposite effect, which makes no sense. So you know, I mean right, I was, you know, thinking right, but that's what I tried to do. Like, so there were things like that I would do on purpose. Is like I would always receive the ball first because I thought, okay, I would take the first drive seriously, right? Because I would never take my first drive seriously. And if you do, you know, you can have the advantage. A lot of players would rather, right? I kick the ball off first because I'm not trying in these games. They're right there. I'm just picking random defenses. Not literally random defenses, but whatever coaching suggestions give me, I'm staying on the first page. So right there, they happen to give me that formation I say I never use, which is even 6-1. I never use even 6-1. If I had known I had even 6-1, I would have called the timeout. I would have went off sides. You know. But like I said, I tell my opponents all game long, play smart because I do not match up 80-90% of the time. Just like I just see the last second, he's in strong eye close, and I'm putting nickel out there. And I didn't put that type of nickel on purpose to try to stop the run better. I just happened, like I said, stayed on the first page of coaching suggestions. Now, if I'm really playing on autopilot, later in the game, I wouldn't even know that he went to that, right? So he could take advantage of that later in the game. But once again, we need to tell our opponent what type of player we are, and once again, everybody thinks we're trash talking when we say this, or we're, whatever. I'm undefeated in tournaments. I do not try in these games. I do not run the ball. I do not use a scheme. I will one day though. I will never use a scheme, but I will run the ball. Let's see. I don't read the defense by my standards, meaning every level of defense, the shell, the corners, the depths of the corners, the leverages, techniques, how the front plays. Trying to get, like I tell my subscribers, try to get as much information from the defense pre-snap. And then from there, your time and your reads and your progression, if it's a pass play, you're looking at your own blocking, your own offensive lines blocking, angles and, their adjustments and everything. You're having an idea where double teams are going to be, where the single blocks are going to be, who's pulling. If you're not doing that, I'm going through all my 5 reads on that play. Players don't do that. I have an edge on that department. So I'm one-dimensional, I don't pick good play calls because I'm going quick on offense and defense. Don't match up defensively. Don't play fag D. Don't use a rush. Don't press or back out constantly. Don't disguise my defense constantly. Don't move my front constantly, inside, outside, left, right, to trying to get an advantage like some players will.
Back to the air again on 2nd and 10. Escaping the danger.
Like I said, I hate that, guys. I thought that was out of the game. I was wrong. So, once again, routes that go outside, like certain routes, like you do a good job of getting open, and you're open, right? Why do they not have the awareness, the wherewithal to know, like, okay, I'm open. Let me not, like, try to fuck up or something. Press the wrong button there. R1 instead of trying. It always happens with my running backs, tight ends, fullbacks, stuff like that. So one-dimensional, don't run the ball, no scheme, don't pick good plays. I will even pick plays that any defense can defend. Like literally any man, any zone can defend these plays. I'm not like thinking strategically, are they going to play me low or are they going to play me high? You know, right there. I call those sometimes in the game. I'll take something, I call them freebies. I play lazy like 99.9% of players. I'll use like certain formations sometimes, like bunch to get those spurts open on the sideline sometimes because I'm lazy. Sometimes. Like I said, defensively, I don't play, I go quick, so I'm not reading their personnel from the play call screen. You don't want to do that. I'll go do I do not game plan for any player, offensively, defensively. On offense or defense, I don't game plan for my opponent's user. Not in these games. There's a lot of stuff. I don't know if I mentioned I don't do my blocking adjustments. Yeah, I don't do my blocking adjustments. I'm literally untouchable when I do my blocking adjustments. Like, I'll play teams like the Cowboys with Michael Parsons. They'll never get to me. Forget about the Eagles. Forget about it. They can't get to anybody. You have to use a rush. A lot of players, like I said, use a rush. Most players, there's not one player I don't think that won't use a rush. The only time I will ever do anything cheap, like use a rush, I haven't even mentioned the stuff I won't do on offense. Congratulations. Like I said right there. I happened to talk about it earlier when I was on offense or whatever, and they did it themselves. That's what I said, they're freebies. But there's a difference. He didn't spam it. There's players that will spam something all game long. He might spam it again, and I'll tell him, you could beat me 60 to 10, 60 to 20. Okay. So far, he's been respectful. So far, he's been respectable, right? I didn't talk trash. He didn't mess around with his extra points. He didn't spam nothing. That's all I ask. Don't act like you're hot shit. Take the W's against somebody not trying. Take the W's. But there is one thing he's doing. He heard us talking, so he put his mic on. I'm sorry, Sam, but we don't hear you. We mute every single player because I've heard it all for 22, 23 years. I'm sure nobody's coming on here to say anything positively, so... I was not in the mood last game. I'm still not in the mood. Players would say, oh, why would you ever play if you're not in the mood? One, I love the game. Two, I don't care about wins or losses in this game. I'm undefeated in tournaments. My record ain't touched in tournaments. This isn't even my offense. Anything I'm doing here, literally just going to 1 or 2 pages on coaching suggestions. on both sides of the ball. And based on that, I'm gonna say like that is a tough play for some fucking reason, right? Usually you have to do something with your D line pre-snap if you think that's coming. Um, you don't have the time to do that like right when they hike the ball and he's motioning in, which is bullshit. What else? Like what I mean with certain fronts, certain D linemen. Like I would say, like maybe those three D linemen, those like what he's got right now, might be better to stop it.
Now, faking the give. He keeps it himself.
The key to a good quarterback scramble, Mike, is knowing
I say for me, it's beautiful. Like I love, cause I rarely do that. I love when that shit happens, cause you can judge a play. I'm not just rolling around trying to find a pass like a wheel route or a corner route and throw it open. You know, I'm a master at running the ball in tournaments and meaningful games because I will do extra stuff. I will use motion. You know, I will count the box. I will read the front. I will read their personnel on defense. Well, how can you read their personnel on defense? There's just certain alignments you can tell. There's certain things that you can tell. And I know he's coming with a safety. I see it as soon as I hike the ball. The extra 3 years later, if I see that, right, I know I have something. So it's all about being honest with yourself. It's okay to say you're weak in one area, you're weak in this area, because you won't get better if you're not honest with yourself. And right now, like I said, because I'm bored and I'm going quick, Madden is obviously giving me these easy training wheel plays. Don't talk about those plays like that. I use those plays. I use training wheels. I'm telling you, when I was a teenager myself playing Madden, I faced a grown man. I told him, "Oh, you didn't read the defense all game. You only had one or two reads." What did they tell me? "Oh, all I need is one or two reads. I don't need to read the defense." Literally, you can't make this shit up. I had players say, "I'd rather be lucky than good." I say, luck ain't gonna win you tournaments.
Space getting tight here. Down to the 14-yard line. They work first and 10.
Lightning don't strike 6 times, 10 times.
He'll drop to throw.
See? That's what happens when you go through your reads, guys. Most of these players are not ever going to get to that. And they think I'm trash talking. I'm not trash talking him, and I'm not trash talking those players that I just talked about. If I say something like that, I don't know how they say, "Oh, players don't go through their reads," so that's somehow trashing them. That's somehow talking negatively about them. No, it's an observation, right? Is Tom Brady trash talking, right? Is Tom Brady trash talking the future of the NFL or the present NFL when he says something that I've said for 20 years about players in Madden? They're using training wheels. What did Tom Brady say? He says when he was asked about the current NFL and where the NFL is heading, what did he say? The greatest of all time, right? The greatest of all time. We all thought at one time, "Oh, he's just a cheater, blah, blah, blah." Now we love the guy, right? Players still won't let it go from them cheating and beating us in Super Bowl, what was it? Damn, I can't even remember. 30, 38, 39? I don't remember. Shit, I could be off by 10 years. I don't know. Fuck. You know, the one in 2003 in Jacksonville. Player fans are still probably pissed off about that. Like I let that shit go in like the 2010, like probably earlier than that. Wow, like I finally getting those tips my way. You know what I'm saying? I never get that shit. How many times do they hit me on the throw? Right, like a defensive lineman, D tackle hits me. Literally, almost every game, the last 5 games. Right, I would get hit on the throw from a D tackle or a defensive end, and then a D tackle like Jordan Davis picks it off and runs for a pick six. Happened yesterday. It literally changed the game. I never get those. Like I said, a lot of players won't do that. Even I didn't do that. It took me until probably last year to do that. Add that in. Knowing how deep routes, continue. I'm not going to use a money play here. They gave me a money play. I'm not going to use it. Hey guys, I'm not looking at the password. And I don't ever understand, like, as soon as I talk, players want to talk, or, like, I let players, I hear them out at the end of the game, and they said, oh, you were talking all game long. Yeah, but, like, once again, what was I saying? Was there anything wrong with what I said? They're prideful. They take things the wrong way. I'm real, unbiased. I'm thinking I'm up 15-7. Because like I said, I'm a diehard Eagles fan.
Me and you are sitting here saying that's a touchdown, and instead they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
Yep, just like in the real NFL. Running the ball to see if you get a decent play out of it, and then calling timeout. That's about one of the only realistic things I see players do. I will respect players when they do something nice, But if players are going to spam something, like, you don't need to spam anything. Like, I probably lose games because I'll use plays that work and never go back to them. Players say, oh, you can't do that, bro. You got to use that. If it's not broke, don't fix it, right? That's everybody's mindset in everything in life. No. People only care about results. Don't care how you get them. Right? Like I said in comment sections of videos, like social media. Oh, we see a bodybuilder, right? Back in the day, we would say, oh, they use steroids, right? And people in the comment sections would get pats on the back for saying, yeah, you're using steroids, right? Now we say the same thing in comment sections. A fat guy says the same thing in a comment section about a bodybuilder using steroids, right? And what do we say? Now that fat guy's getting picked on and saying, oh, well, at least he still works out, right? What the fuck did the world come to? Right? Either they should have said that 20 years ago, 30 years ago, or, they shouldn't be saying that now. So why are we changing things up? Why are we changing, like, our opinions and stuff? Why are we, like, hating the opposite way, We used to bash bodybuilders that were steroids steroid users, and now we're defending them. You know, good read. Yes, I went through both sides. Yes, I went through every read right there. But like I said, I pick plays that any defense can shut down, man or zone. How many times did I use that play? Oh my God. I'm not trying to, guys. They, you know, part of it. I didn't even do that. What the fuck? Wait a minute. I pressed square. Is square getting on the ball quick? But that was triangle. I'm not sure. I pressed the wrong button right here. I did not want to go line in. So sometimes what will happen, right? I spent half the day yesterday setting my 15 plays for every situation in my custom playbook, right? Because before that, I had like 30 or 40 or 60 plays for every situation. So they would give me trash, nothing but trash, nothing but their trash. And they would give me the same play, like clones of the same play or whatever, copies of the same thing. 4 verticals, nothing but like 4 verticals. Like I said, some players might think I'm calling plays like that on purpose. It's like, no, they literally give me, look at this. Now I'm in formation. I didn't go to formation once all game long. See what I'm saying? That's what Madden needs to fix. Obviously, Madden 26 is out. I will never get Madden 26. I'm not even going to wait until it's dirt cheap. I will just wait for Madden 27. I won't even wait until it's like $3. You know? Upfield throw there. If I throw that normally, he's not getting a touchdown. Details. I could be down 15. I could be up 15. I don't care. I wouldn't know. But I also say don't play when it's cold. Don't play stressed out. I'm freaking freezing right now. Oh yeah, I forgot it was a 2-point conversion. See, sometimes, like I said, certain situations, like I just talked about how I just scored. I just said like upfield throw. I don't get a touchdown if I use a regular throw, right? And because I'm talking, probably have ADD, I don't know, that I forget so quickly, like 5-10 seconds later, that I had just scored. And what happens when you score and you're on offense again? It's a 2-point attempt, right? I'm thinking it's like another, you know, goal line play or something. Like, how bad is that? But players will say, oh, maybe you shouldn't talk. Like I said, I don't care. I do not talk in tournament games. I do not talk in meaningful games. It allows me to shut my opponents on defense. It allows me to, you know, execute at such a high level. Because what I mean is, and not only will I get those 50-50 balls or back shoulder balls, those deep corner routes that end up looking like curl routes, deep curl routes or whatever. One thing I love to do on offense in meaningful games, tournament games that I don't do in these games, only if there's a player playing disrespectfully. Right? I will take my time, first of all, at the play call screen, call good play for the situation. And then, like I said, I didn't read his own offensive personnel. Didn't read the routes he had on the field. He could have 3 receivers on one side. He could have 2. I wouldn't know. Okay, he had 2. Because I've studied, if you study most of the best formations that players use offensively, then you're going to know what to kind of like not give up. So right there, I'm not giving that up. If I actually look at his offensive formation and personnel right there. So, oh yeah, what was I gonna say? Yeah, I was gonna say I will not let my opponent set if they try to, for whatever reason, adjust or audible. You know, when you sometimes are in a spread, like it's always by accident if I'm in a spread. Like I said, I don't have any strategy offensively. I don't run the ball strategically. I don't spread teams out to get definitive reads on what the defense is in, or to limit how much they blitz, or to, you know, I don't do anything, you know, strategically. You know, if I spread the ball, I just did it by accident. You know, if I go under center, it's by accident. Unless it's like a short down situation, I'm in my own end, or, you know, I'm in their goal line or whatever. That's about it. Those are the only times I'm really running the ball. Like I said, no seam passes, no tight end attack, no PA crossers, no stretches, tosses. Don't run the ball, no scheme. Don't manipulate my opponent's users. Don't, like, game plan for my opponent's user. Do not game plan for any player on offense or defense. You know. Do not match up 80-90% of the time on defense. Meaning they could throw when I'm defending the run, they could run when I'm defending the pass. I always take those throws. Like, why can they never be thrown accurately? It's not because I have a backup quarterback. I don't use money plays, very rarely. I don't study my opponent's tendencies at all, offense or defense, all game long. Third read. You could say fourth read because I'm canceling one of those routes. Pretty simple. I really do not like this play right here. This could either end up being a first down, touchdown, pick, or coverage sack. I say don't use plays that you don't use. I say don't use plays that you're not comfortable with. Don't use plays you don't use. Don't use adjustments you don't use. Don't stare down receivers. There's certain plays, certain routes that make you stare down receivers to say, like, use them sparingly. You should know what's coming. Oh, God, I'm always slow with that, you know. I always tell myself, no matter what, if it's a run or a catch, it's easier said than done. Just, like, press X, because the only button you need to press is always X. It's not circle, it's not square, it's not triangle, it's only X. So that's what everybody should be doing. And I don't even know what play this one really was. Because I don't know if it was a QB counter or if it was a jet pass fake zone right there. So that's why I say I don't like certain plays. I don't like to use triple options because, one, I'm not good at it. I don't like to use certain RPOs because I don't use them, right? You don't use it, you're probably not going to be good at it. What can I get? Do you really think I'm down 9 guys? Do you really think I'd be playing like this? No, I would have more of a sense of urgency. And I don't use onside kicks too. Ever. Thankfully, in tournaments, I never had to. The closest I ever been was, you know, the closest anybody was to beating me was still winning by 10, basically, 2 scores. Never needed to use a onside kick because of all the shit that I do on offense. Everything I do offensively and defensively, I don't do in these games.
And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough.
You know, if I'm not fucking around in the first 3 quarters, you know, nothing's needed. But once again, peak players think they take it the wrong way when I see something like that. They think I'm trashing my opponent. If I say, oh, I didn't try for 3 quarters, it would have been different. You could just tell in the tone of my voice, like, it's been the same all game long. I would like to know what my opponent says, you know, but I really doubt they have any respect. I could be wrong. I've been wrong in the past. But, you know, they take shit the wrong way, so.
Back to the air one more time. That is going to be pulled in. He's got it.
And by all means, don't try to be prideful. Run the ball, play smart, and take knees, because I beat somebody who didn't do that. Somebody who wants to win isn't going to tell you that. Somebody who wants to win will shut their mouth and hopefully want you to be prideful and try to score, try to play aggressively. I don't onside kick. And the reason I don't onside kick is because if I do fuck up like this much, I don't deserve the win. That's the way I look at it. I should never be in a situation where I need an onside kick. That's the way I look at it. I don't use excuses. Once again, run the ball. I haven't even seen his offensive personnel or his play yet. And I have, what's it called, Willie 6 out here. If you know what Willie 6 is here, you know where the zones are, you know where the man is.
They'll start on the ground with Barkley. And they'll gain about 6 there as it's up past the 35-yard line. And Detroit's going to use their second timeout as it comes with a minute 4 left to go in the game. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Man in motion is Smith. And show can't sweep and instead run it up the middle. And he's got first down. A pickup of 4.
See, like right here, I just happened to match up by accident, like I said. If I ever match up, it's by accident.
But there's no need for third down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
And, you know, I know players would never play like this because these are meaningful games to them. And that's cool. It's something else to me. Like I said, I used to care about every little stat online. I used to care about pass attempts, pass completions, rush attempts, rushing yards. Even back then, I used to average like 30 carries a game. And I used to care about upping it. I used to care about points per game. I used to care about total touchdowns. I used to care about touchdown interception ratios. I used to care about, I don't know, what else? I used to care about everything. But if I wasn't undefeated in tournaments, like maybe I would care more. You know? But it's hard to be beaten when you have all that. Like I said. Offensively, defensively. Matching up defensively. Reading their offensive personnel. Oh my god. Now I'm really kicking myself. I can't. I don't know why. Maybe I'm off a little bit today. I'm not saying like regardless. Even if I won, I would have said I'm a little off today. Like I could have won this game. I didn't deserve to win this game. He deserved to blow me out. Uh, I deserved to blow out my last opponent. That didn't happen. It went to 2 overtimes. So this is the shit that happens. You know, he could have beat me, like I said, 60-10, 60-20. Maybe not 60-20. Maybe like 50-10 or 50-20. But you know, I did not do anything to stop him running or passing the ball. And like I said, maybe when I tell them to take advantage, they don't. Maybe they're just trying to move the ball and trying to get like time of possession. You know, another game I could have won. I fuck around for 3 quarters. Man. It's like I said, if I'm bored, if I'm not in the mood, I'm not even going to go through my progression. Like, I am so. I said it before that game. I said it like halfway through the first game I played. I was not in the mood. I don't know what happened with me. I don't know what happened with me.